Hey, how we doing? Welcome to Geeks and Gamers Play. And yesterday we had the Xbox showcase, and then towards the end of it, they had a whole separate thing for Starfield with Todd Howard doing the introduction, and it went way too long. However, we'll just quickly go through some of the other announcements before we talk about that. And overall, I gotta say, it was a pretty fucking boring showcase. When Xbox was doing that interview with Phil Spencer, was doing that interview, and he talked about how they lost the console war of this generation, and they don't think making good games is going to affect that. Wow, he really meant that, because this lineup, man, it was shocking. Not a whole lot of first-party Xbox games that actually really stood out to me. But you might disagree, so let's go over some of these things. So the first thing that they talked about was they did show off the new Fable, and holy shit does this look bad. I can appreciate that it's keeping its British roots, but fuck me, it's like they got the dude from, I believe he's from the IT crowd doing the narration, but he's like the dungeon master, and it's like Fable is like a Dungeons and Dragons type thing, and he's like controlling the whole situation. It was not good. Like, Fable Lost Chapters is probably the best Fable, but I felt like the whole series of Fable has this untapped potential to be something incredible, but it's just never reached it, and I have no faith that this is going to be the one to break that mold. Next, we didn't get any gameplay for this game. South of Midnight is a stop-motion game. We didn't see anything, really. And then they dropped the premiere of Star Wars Outlaws. Now, this is the Ubisoft bounty hunter game. And it being a Disney Star Wars game, of course the lead is the strong Whammon character. It's Disney Star Wars, so I couldn't give the first fuck about it, even if I tried to. But maybe you do. You let me know. So 33 Immortals is a new co-op roguelike. Yeah, it looked okay. I think the potential to have 32 friends playing with you and going on missions together could be cool. But I don't think its art style is going to be for everyone. I think this one might be okay, though. I might give that a chance. Now, this, to me, was probably the big one. We got Payday 3, baby, and we got a release date, September 21st. This was a good trailer. It showed gameplay. They showed a lot of action. It's Payday 3. What more do you expect? And then we got a whole bunch of Persona news, actually. So Persona 3 Reloaded remake. Avowed looked decent. You know, this is from Obsidian. Now, it looks like it could be a decent RPG. I need to see a little bit more, but it definitely got my curiosity. Time will tell with that one. Now, Sea of Thieves is getting a Monkey Island DLC. When it first popped up with Lucasfilm on the screen, I thought, fucking hell, they're doing a Star Wars crossover. How cringe is this going to be? But it's Monkey Island, so this could actually be kind of cool. I play a little bit of Sea of Thieves with friends, you know, on stream or whatever, just for a bit of a laid-back lull, and I can see myself trying this one out. Now, I did see the Monkey Island creator did put out a statement saying that he had no idea this was in the works and how they went behind his back. But that's what happens when you no longer own the IP, just ask George Lucas. So the Flight Simulator, you know, it's Flight Simulator. They added a bunch of new shit. So Hellblade 2, shit, man, this is probably the most boring trailer I've seen for a video game in quite some time. I understand it has its audience, but this was not for me. This whole thing was just an acid trip, and not even a good acid trip, just a boring acid trip. How do you manage to make an acid trip boring is beyond me, but they sure found a way. And then we got another Yakuza game. This had a pretty funny trailer. He's naked on a beach. And oh, the big news, Fallout 76 is on Game Pass. Yay. And then Capcom did put out a new hack and slash, which very colorful to say the least. We'll see how that one goes. Now, if you're into car racing sims, this new Forza, it's making you cream your pants, man, because if you're into car racing, this looks fucking peak. New Elder Scrolls update, which you had seen before. The fucking audacity of Blizzard to show some co-op, you know, type missions for Overwatch 2 after announcing that they had significantly scaled back the PvE, the whole reason for this fucking game to have the number 2 in its name. The audacity of these cocksuckers to put this out here, and I'm glad it backfired on them. Fuck them. Persona 5 Tactical, you know, it's a tactics game. I mean, pretty self-explanatory. This is the type of shit that really bothered me. This was just a rock climbing game. It's like, if you're going to put these types of things in your Xbox showcase, you need to have some heavy hitters. Dude, they showed nothing of Halo Infinite Season 4. I know Infinite's not really doing very well. The last few updates have been decent, I will admit. But come on, it's Xbox. They showed nothing Halo related. They didn't even give any news or any update or anything on a new Gears of War or that rumored Marcus Phoenix collection type thing. Instead, it was just filled with shit like this, which is why I felt it's a dud. And then we had, they didn't show anything for this one. What was this one called? Oh, Still Wakes the Deep. Yeah, this looks like it could be kind of freaky, but they didn't show enough. More weeb stuff. And then, oh, I totally forgot about this. Phantom Liberty, Keanu Reeves. He's back, baby, for more Cyberpunk, if you're into that. New City Skyline, and then some more Atlas games, more fucking crap that should have been replaced with like some Halo announcement. And this Clockwork Revolution game, it kind of looks like a wannabe Bioshock to me. And then we get into the Starfield stuff. Now look, the more I see a Starfield, the less enthusiastic I am to play this. I was already pretty negative towards this one because of the whole Bethesda, it just works. But this showcase, man, they spent so much time. They were repeating themselves. They showed too many perks, at least in my opinion. Like, I understand you can show, like, free perks just so we can see how the perk system works, but they just kept showing perks. Then they went into the crafting. I understand there's going to be a lot of different weapons and whatnot, and they just kept advertising there's going to be like a kajillion fucking planets in this universe. The problem with that is, here's how it's going to work, and I'm willing to bet this is how it plays out. You're going to have your main story worlds where it's going to be very populated, have a lot of detail, and the rest of just the randomly generated worlds are going to be barren and bland and kind of all feel the same. Look, all in all, I didn't really like this showcase. The Payday was probably the biggest standout for me. The Starfield Direct, it just didn't do it for me. Look, but you might disagree. Let me know in the comment section down below how you felt about this showcase. I thought it was a dud. Be sure to subscribe to Geeks and Gamers Play and check out geeksandgamers.com. And I'll see you all in the next video.